So now I've got one loading where all our contributors are really focusing, as they should be, and as I should be, on this 222, 223, Trump to Palestine, all that kind of stuff. Will they pull off the staged event, and so on and so forth. So that standalone video has just begun loading. Billie Eilish, No Time to Die theme song, release date on 2/13/2020. Has a direct connection to May 5th, 11/7/7. 3 years, 2 months, 22 days, 322 coded. 38 months, 22 days. 322, 47 of a common year. 168 in the weeks, 1 day. What is 68? It's the reversal of 86, rising. Hey, it's 11:53, y'all. So that's a big deal. That's just another gigantic tell concerning our May. Well, it's the flower full moon, which is, what is the flower of that full moon? It's the lotus flower. That's what I Pet Goat's telling us. It's exactly what I Pet Goat is telling us. Wednesday, the TV show, of course, our May 3rd is a Wednesday. So is this coming 2/22 or our coming 2/22, February 22nd. But Edgar Allan Poe was in The Pale Blue Eye and now being spoken of in the TV show Wednesday. I'm on episode 3 right now. And 3382, Edgar Allan Poe to that total solar eclipse. And that's the zip code that I grew up in, 33823, Auburndale. So 4 of the 5 digits of the zip code, but more importantly, 33 and the 38, but most importantly, of course, the 38, the murder code. Him going down at the total solar eclipse and rising up through that flower full moon does not have him rising on the 3rd day. It has him going from new moon to full moon. And in astrology, which is the satanic world, I was taught when I was a heavy-duty astrologer and remember, Daniel was taught astrology. He just didn't practice astrology like my sorry rear end did. I learned it in Catholic school at the beginning. Yes, they teach that. We had a zodiac wheel on the cover of a paper stapled yearbook back in the late 60s or early 70s. And I was fascinated by astrology ever since. And I learned the way of the Chaldeans, just like Daniel did. And Daniel was over the Chaldeans and the astrologers. He was in charge of them, but he didn't practice it. He knew about it. And I'd like to think that's where I'm at today. I know about it, but I don't practice it. And we look at it to view their world, of course. And we get to this total solar eclipse is the new moon of the flower full moon. So would he just die on the day of the eclipse, which is a Thursday? And then he would rise on a Friday? Or is the reason that Lily is sad? Well, that video, 8322 is the Zoom number, 120. What's the length? What's the length? 1952. Well, what's interesting about that 38 or 8322, yeah, it's murder code. Yeah, it's 322. But that 8322 There's your, that's that 3-2-2-2. So that's what we were talking about. I did cover that a little bit, even though that video was really dedicated to those that are contributing. And let me throw Wednesday up in here. So since our contributor texted me that, I'm going to use that. Is the coming storm this Wednesday Trump to, should I put that up front because that's really an eye catcher for everybody, Trump to Ohio. Remember the dotting of the I, the Buckeye, always thought he would go down in Ohio back in the day because of that. So yeah, good stuff. Thank you again, Christian. Thank you again, former contributor and current contributor. Glad you're back. And yeah, it's big. It's good stuff. So I want to get into this quick grid and we'll be done. So Edgar Allan Poe's in A Pale Blue Eye with Christian Bale. It's in the TV series Wednesday. I think he's most famous for Quoth the Raven, Nevermore. And then Raiders of the Lost Ark features Ravenwood that I'm watching. That was the guy's name that had trained Indiana Jones. So there's your Pilgrim Wednesday. Why am I sharing this apocalypse with a pilgrim? Wednesday says. And again, the Mayflower is what brought over the pilgrims. How did the pilgrims get here? Mayflower. It's the first thing that pops up. So the Mayflower brings the pilgrims. What did the Mayflower bring? Things the pilgrims brought on the Mayflower: biscuit, beer, salt, beef, salt, pork, oats, peas, wheat, butter, sweet oil, mustard seed, ling or codfish, good cheese, vinegar, aqua, vita, rice, bacon, cider. Interesting. I say that a lot, don't I? Everything's interesting. I guess that's my way to break the silence and go, I apologize for saying it so much. The redundancy. But y'all know I'm not a professional, so we do what we can here, don't we? Whatever the Lord allows. And more like pilgrim shots in the movie. That was a poster for the day they were visiting this town. That was the poster. It's called Visit Pilgrim World, Where History Comes to Life. So in the city, see, their school, Nevermore, is just outside of the city. And this city has a place called Pilgrim World. It's like their Legoland. Why am I sharing this apocalypse with a pilgrim? I already went over that. Watch Pilgrim on YouTube. Ah, this is the John Wayne stuff.
Donovan. Tom Donovan.
Pilgrim. So John Wayne said Pilgrim 55,000 times in this movie. And so I guess we can speed it up.
Think you can make it, Pilgrim? Hey, Pilgrim, you're going to need a couple of stitches. Oh, take her easy there, Pilgrim. Don't fret about that, Pilgrim. Like I say, Pilgrim, you can easier to get back on your...
So, and this was all about a shooting. Again, let's get back to this Mayflower theme, right? I'm just obsessed with it. This whole flower full moon and Mayflower and just all these little connections that we don't see any of the YouTube channels putting forth. And by the way, Theology Ed hadn't put anything out anymore ever since we started calling them out as AI is subsidiaried, but he will before, when it's about time, I think. I think he'll come on and discuss the flowerful. I think he'll come in and do what I'm doing. I sure do. He was big on iPet Goat, and I don't see how you can miss that. He did 1,000 videos on iPet Goat. He was like the foremost expert on iPet Goat of anybody on YouTube. And it was just like, he's fallen off. And how in the world do we now not see Year of the Rabbit as that rabbit lights up? I mean, it's just too easy. And our contributor was saying that it comes to a full bloom at the 138 spot. So I'll slow it down here to 25. So it comes to a rest. It quits moving at 137, actually. But that's okay. And said something about 148. Something going down also. Oh, the flag being ripped. Which, Trump's birthday is Flag Day. And that's actually at 147 also. But it runs into 138. And by the way, that Lotus is still there at 138, like he said. So he's not wrong. I'm just very into like, when does it, what second is it on when it's first seen or when it's first completed? And what else? 53. 54, May 4th. 55, May 5th. Got the devil horns. He's pointing at something. Okay. And I stopped myself from going, interesting.
Well, Pilgrim, ransom's done.
Yeah, the man who shot Liberty Valance. That's what I was going to look at. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the movie. What movie did John Wayne say Pilgrim? The man who shot Liberty Valance. So we're now going to see the man who shot Liberty Valance Wikipedia. It's 1962. April 22nd, 1962. 123 minutes, which is what? The 123rd day of the year is what? May 3rd. So we're going to run it. April 22nd, 1962. To May 3rd. That's 2 days after the total solar. 222, 91. 61 years, 11 days. 732 months, 11 days. So it's definitely nothing spectacular other than the fact that you've got a 222 coded. And what did our contributors say 222 code comes to? "222 comes to," remember the day? Trump shot and killed. Donald John Trump Sr., 1946, Year of the Rabbit. And waxing crescent. All of that. Now it's not a waxing crescent then, of course. But very interesting. Trump would be going down on a waxing gibbous. Whoops.
It waning, how to pronounce this expression, as well as how to say more interesting but often confusing names in English. So make sure to stay tuned to the channel. How do you say it? Waning gibbous. Waning gibbous. Easy once you know.
Gibbous.
Waning gibbous.
Waning gibbous. Okay. That's what May 3rd is. It's a waxing gibbous. Waxing gibbous. Not crescents. Does come to be my Valentine. I need to start looking at things like the Mayflower. Just, you know, I need to start really, when I get time, start to delve into the gematria of it all. If I could manipulate my friend, our contributor, but he does his own thing, man, and I respect that. And, you know, I like the checks and the balances and keeping me in the, you know, in the present and all that kind of stuff. So, but just there's so much gematria to look at here with what's coming. What else do we want to get into? So we looked at the man who shot Liberty Valance. We looked at that. And it did come to the 222, which we told you what that all comes to. So Earl's address that he got killed at was 3803, which is murder code. It's 38 and the 83. And when you times that by my own number, 82362, you get my 2226 that I divide evenly by 37 with. You get 313, which is where it's stated in the book of Revelation, deadly wound, and rising, deadly wound, and it speaks about the deadly wound being healed. That's 313. Or excuse me, that's Revelation 13:3. The third verse of the 13th chapter is a way to say 313. And you get the 68, which is a reversal of 86, and you get the 86. So a 222 in the middle, but also the 2226. But if you look at 313, 222, 686, perfect division by 3. That was the Zerbruder film, was frame 313. Anyway, you end up getting that. Okay. Now, let's run Trump's numbers by the 22nd. Times 222, 2023, the day he would go down. See all those 67s and 76s? But you do get a 322, which is gigantic, and 36, triangular number 666, and 207, which is, or 2076. 207 is 119 Donald plus 88 Trump. Gematrias, depending on which cipher, you know, Jewish and simple, along with the 76 for Adam. If you run it then by times 224, 2023, the rising day, you get the book of Revelation, you get 666. And again, with these 67s and 76s. And that's all for that. Which means I think we're done with this prep. Stairway to Heaven. to the rising day. 188.06. Remember, UFC 288 is on the day after the rising. But this Billie Eilish, now again, I'll do a video where I just do this whole grid again of everything that points. But it is spectacular. Now, to the day that the fake popping would take place on May 3rd, if you run it 2/23/2023 to the popping day, it's a perfect 69. 69 days. And look at the weeks and days. 96. 9 weeks, 6 days. That's very interesting. I said it again, sorry. So Liberty Valance, what do you think that comes to in gematria? Since it's the man who shot, you know it's going to come to Trump. Of course it's going to come to Trump. Jewish gematria, look at that. 138 for Donald Trump being 86th. No way. Oh, yes. Way. That is just insane. Only in America. Only in America. Only in America. 138.86. So the AI put it's going down R 303 searches at the very top. It's going down. Y'all can go ahead on and go if you want. I'm just going to meander through this and see what all pops up for Liberty Valance. He is pure evil. Skull and Bones. 38 is spelled out, which we know is murder code. End of the world. 66 starts now. Wow. Flux capacitor, if it's spelled properly. Well, it's in the first page. It should be. Abaddon Apollyon. Wow. This is just crazy. And so Trump's name has not popped up though. But boy, did that cipher 158. I'll do one more round. Californication popped up. Liberty Valance. I was really hoping one of the Drumps or Trump would pop up. And it just did not. It just did not. Surely anything related to Trump would be within 4 pages. A time traveler pops up. Oh, I didn't realize I went that quickly through that, but I did. Okay. Anyway, I think we're done here. Is there anything? Oh, we need to look at the grid. We should. For 222. That's what I wanted to look at. Yeah, today on 220, which is, it's loaded up. That's the day for the rising day. February 18th is the day for May. And we've been over that already. I'm not going to bore you with it. It is loaded, especially when you include both dates, because you get all of that February 19th. So No Time to Die does progress to the 27th. If you include both dates, it does progress to the 26th, or that 2226, or him going down on the 24th. So it's big, I'm glad we got that logged in there. I need to update this thing. So if we look at the 22nd, it's a penumbral and then another penumbral, both in 2020, all landing on the same day. Pistol, Pete Maravich. Their Satanic Majesty's Request, release date, Rolling Stones. Skyfall, London premiere. Apocalypto, release date. The JANSIX Big Day in Washington, D.C. Trading Places, release date. World War Z. That's good stuff. If you include both dates, Tom Hanks event 201, typewriter tweet, One World Trade Tower opening. It's more for a rising day, unfortunately. The Undoing, Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation, Mystic Pizza, Soleimani Death. The rising day features total solar eclipse in 2001. That's big. Mustang car release. That's big. That's the horses. Donnie Darko, director's cut, Seattle. That's big. Barbara Feldon is Agent 99. Olympus Has Fallen. Tesla company opens shop. So our contributor floated this whole, he didn't tell me it was 11/17, I don't think. It's 11/17 that the Buffalo Bills flag ripped. And what our contributor told me was, anytime a flag rips, that's Trump going down. He is the flag. He's Flag Day. I'm like, good call, man. Good call. So it was 2013 on 11/17, again with this 11/17 coding. So 2013, 11/17. Let's run it to 5/3. Let's run it to 4/4. 2 days before that full moon. What was the previous one? I didn't look at the days, I don't think. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 4. It's 3, 4, 5, 5. But y'all know that 4, 5, 5 is big for your boy here. But okay. And then we got the 4, 4. $34.25. Nothing big there. Now we're going to go to March 5th, which is a big day for us. That 305 area code. Spurrier born there. 9316 11116 3395. 4888 minutes. No, 48888. So 4 sets of 8s in the minutes. And we know Donald Trump is 48 in full reduction. And now we're going to start getting to like 222 when Trump visits Palestine. There's 33 and then a 38. That's big. All right, y'all, that's big. So it's something to look forward to, for sure. What's the moon going to be in? On the 22nd. It's in Aries, head wound. Perfect, Batman. He would rise on Taurus, the bull. Perfect. Nothing wrong with any of that. Waxing crescent. All right. Love y'all. Good stuff.